Meet Kevin was arrested for driving under the influence. There's actually body camera footage of this arrest. So we're going to take a look at it right now. Looks like a nice car.
Hello.
4 people
Hello,
on
officer. I'm from California. I'm clueless.
Oh, are you?
I'm clueless. That's not a good way to start a stop.
Well, do you know why I stopped you? Okay.
I've watched his YouTube before, and he doesn't really talk like that.
When you were coming off of the crosstown there's a stop sign when you get...
And to give you a little background, I was a prosecutor for a little bit, and so I prosecuted hundreds of driving DUIs, and I've watched so many body camera footage. It's crazy. So
Get on to Cleveland, you just blew right through the stop sign.
he looks extremely surprised.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what he did.
Where are you headed to?
We are 4 minutes away from somewhere.
Oh,
4 minutes away from somewhere. He doesn't even remember exactly where he's going. So that's not a good start either.
okay. Where are you guys coming from tonight?
I came from Clearwater.
Okay. And so you still live in California, just here visiting? Okay. How much did you have to drink tonight?
Nothing.
You haven't drank?
So he says nothing. He hasn't had anything to drink. Usually officers can smell it on their breath or even on them. So we'll see what happens.
Anything at all? Okay. All right, hang tight for me, okay?
So he takes the license back to the vehicle, back to his patrol car to look up his driving history and if there's any arrests, warrants that are out there for him or anything like that. And it's blurred out for privacy
Hey, Kevin.
purposes.
Kevin, can I talk to you back here, please?
And so officers can order you out of your vehicle, and when you get out of the vehicle, you might be stumbling or not walking straight. And so that's something the officer will watch for as well.
Is it good? Yeah. All right.
You're not going anywhere. We're just going to be right here.
Yes, sir.
I just want to talk to you back here. Just I want to make sure you... Oh, no, right here. Come on right here for me. Come on right up here.
Yep.
I just want to make sure you haven't been drinking, okay? I can smell a lot of alcohol coming from the car, okay?
Like I said, he can smell a lot of alcohol coming from the car. It's obviously convertible, and so that is good for Kevin's purposes, but he can still smell the alcohol. Now, what's also good for Kevin's position is there's 3 other people in the vehicle. So who exactly was the alcohol coming from? Smell of the alcohol. Was it from Kevin, or was it from the 3 other passengers? He could just be a DD for all we know.
Okay.
Yeah, it might not be me, though.
Okay.
Like you just said, might
what I'd
not
like
be
to
me.
do is just check your eyes, okay? I want to make sure you're okay to drive. You okay with that?
I don't consent to anything. I'm sorry.
So this is SFST, Standard Field Sobriety Test, and what they're checking for is dilation of the pupils, and also they can also do an eye test. I think it's They can also do an eye test where they ask you to follow the finger. That's called a horizontal nystagmus test, HGN for short, because nystagmus is difficult to say. So HGN, and they watch your finger as you're supposed to watch their finger as it goes from one side to the other like this. And your eyes are supposed to move smoothly. But if they do this and your eyes look like a windshield wiper on a dry windshield, then that is an indication that you have been drinking and are driving under the influence. That's one of the tests that they use. And now Kevin's saying that he does not consent to any tests.
Okay. Well, you understand if you
which is fine. It's just evidence that he did something wrong. Could be evidence that he did something wrong.
if you don't comply and you don't do the field sobriety exercises that I'm asking you to do, you're forcing me to make a decision to arrest you or not arrest you based on what I've already seen.
I did run a stop sign. You are correct, sir. I ran a stop sign, and so you...
Now he says, you are correct, I did run a stop sign. But at first he looked like he didn't know what was going on. He had no clue that he did run a stop sign.
have to make that determination.
Yep, and I can.
And these body camera footage can come in to evidence at a trial, because So hearsay is an out-of-court statement offered for the truth of the matter, but there's exceptions to that, and there's certain things that are not hearsay. Something that is not hearsay is statements by a party opponent. And so the prosecution would be the state of Florida, and they would be able to bring in statements by Kevin. And so this body footage would be able to come in.
I can also smell alcohol on you. Okay? Your speech is slurred. Okay? Your eyes are watery and bloodshot. So all of those things are leading me to believe that you have been consuming alcohol tonight. I can stand here. I'm 3 feet away from you. I can smell the alcohol. Okay? So do you understand what I just told you?
I plead the fifth. Another good thing to say is I would like a lawyer. So he's being arrested without doing any SFSTs. And sometimes the best thing that you can do is not submitting.
Do you understand what I just told you?
Officer, I plead the fifth.
Okay, would you?
So he pleads the fifth. He's saying, I'm not going to testify against myself. I'm not going to answer these questions. He doesn't necessarily have to say, I plead the fifth. But he could say, I want my lawyer, and that would be a sufficient answer as well. And sometimes the best thing that you can do is not give the state any more evidence of the crime. And so if he continues to submit to these tests, then the state can use all of those tests. But if he doesn't submit to them, they can't use evidence of those tests. But on the flip side, they can say you didn't submit to these tests as evidence that he had been drinking and driving. So let me know in the comments what you would do in this situation.
Let me check your eyes. Okay. Go ahead and put your hands on your back. Put your palms together. Put your palms together. Well, palms. I don't know. There you go. Palms together. There you go. Just like that. You're going to be placed under arrest for DUI, okay? 672, I'm 1015. You have a 54 penny.
So he's now under arrest. If the officer wants to question him anymore, he has to read him his Miranda rights.
Oh, hold on. Really? Just keep your arms relaxed, please. I just want to make sure these aren't too tight, okay? Just take a couple steps back for me right here. I just got to take everything out of your pockets, okay? You go face the car. Who is it? Whose car is it?
So he's doing this just for his own safety. Once he puts him in the back of the patrol car, there's a possibility that he can pop something out of his hands or his pockets, unlock his cuffs, something like that.
Is it a friend of yours or somebody that's in the vehicle?
So he did not answer the officer's question right there. He might not cooperate at all, which might be one of the smart things to do in this situation.
Well, I tell you what, we're just going to tow the vehicle.
And so now they're going to tow the vehicle. He doesn't know if the other passengers had been drinking, and so he can't leave the car with any of them.
Just spread your feet for me.
And this is a pat down just to make sure there's no dangerous weapons on him.
Come on back here, have a seat. Seat for me. Gentlemen, okay, he's been arrested for DUI. Okay, you guys are going to have to find a ride to wherever you're going. You're more than welcome to Uber, get a cab, something like that. For the time being, I have to have everyone get out of the car, though. We've got to tow the vehicle, unfortunately. Okay, let me help you out. I know you're. You want to get out on that side?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You guys have an Uber app or Lyft, something like that?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Thank you.
What's next steps for him?
He's go down to the jail. He'll be held for 8 hours from right now.
The thing is there's an Uber does not cost that much, and so if you've been drinking just even a little bit, you might as well just get an Uber.
And then he's eligible to be released after 8 hours.
Which jail is it?
It's Hillsborough County,
Do you have a card by chance?
Orient Road. What's that?
Do you have a card by chance?
We don't carry business cards.
Okay.
But it's Hillsborough County, and are you guys from here?
No.
Everyone's from California?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the Hillsborough County Jail. There's 2 jails here, but there's really only one intake facility, and that's Orient Road. So 8 hours from right now, he'll be eligible to be released. He'll have a $500 bond. He can pay it himself.
Which road is it?
It's on Orient Road.
And how far is the jail from here?
It's about 10 minutes. 10 minutes that way.
All right.
Yeah. So you have a $500 bond, and he can pay it himself, or somebody can pay it for him. And then what'll happen is, in about 2 hours, when he gets down there, he'll be able to make some phone calls. So he'll be able to call one of y'all.
Was it for the referral again?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he just pulled out. It looked like an energy drink, but it is in plain sight of the vehicle when the officer is searching it. So if it's in plain sight, the officer can see it and look at it. The other thing is, whenever an officer tows a vehicle, they can actually search the entire vehicle for evidence of the crime.
Can you check me his phone right now?
Yeah, I've got his phone.
You guys?
Yep. Six, 7, 2.
617, go ahead.
Can I get a rotation wrecker? Speak for signal 1.
Let's work it over the 23.
Kevin, do you have a wallet somewhere that you want for like your credit cards and stuff like that? Well, you're gonna need it to bond out. Do you have it? Do you have it with you? Where is it at? Well, are you gonna tell me or not? I'm not gonna. I mean, just tell me where it is. By telling me where your wallet is, you're not incriminating yourself on any.
Yeah, just tell him where the wallet is. I mean, he's doing it for your own purpose. He's doing it for your own good. And so just tell him where the wallet is, unless there could be something incriminating, but like a receipt from a bar with 20 drinks on it, something like that. But that's the only reason why he might not want to.
Anything. You're already under arrest. If you want me to take your wallet so you can bond out, that's fine. I'm not. You're going to sit in jail until Monday until you see a judge. Okay.
That's
Kevin, sir, when we go inside, I'm going to ask you to do a breath test. Are you willing to do that?
So he's not going to talk at all.
You just don't. You want to do the silent treatment thing where you don't answer? All right, I'm Officer Tampa Police Department. I am now requesting that you submit to a lawful test of your breath for the purpose of determining its alcohol content. Will you take the test I'm requesting, yes or no?
So a lot of times you have to read a certain card or statement regarding the breathalyzer or intoxilizer, some type of breath test.
You're not going to answer, Kevin? Because if you're going to refuse, that's fine. This is your option. You can do whatever you want to do. But it would make the process quicker if you just cooperated instead of being uncooperative.
It would make it quicker for them. It either says, hey, you're drunk, or hey, you're not drunk. So makes it quicker for the officers and the state, easier to prove. If the state did not have that information, then they would have to use circumstantial evidence like bloodshot eyes, watery eyes, that kind of thing.
All right, if you refuse to take the test I've requested of you, your driving privilege will be suspended for a period of 1 year for a first refusal, or 18 months if your driving privilege has been previously suspended, or if you've been previously fined under Florida Statute 327.35215.
So driving is actually a privilege, and so the state can take that away. And so that's what he's telling him right now. If you don't submit to the test, then your license and your privilege to drive could be taken away.
For refusing to submit to a lawful test of your breath, urine, or blood. Additionally, if you refuse to take the test I've requested of you, and if your driving privilege has been previously suspended, or if you have been previously fined under Florida Statute 327.35215, for a refusal to submit to a lawful test of your breath, urine, or blood, you will be committing a misdemeanor. In addition to any other penalties which can be imposed by law. Refusing to submit to testing is admissible as
He was saying something. It sounded like he refuses the blood test.
evidence in a criminal proceeding. Do you understand what I've just read to you?
I did not refuse my blood. Thank you, sir.
I'm not asking you for your blood. I'm asking you for your
You read a
breath.
statement? I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, do you understand what I've read to you? Do you understand what I just read to you? This is saying your license is going to be suspended for a period of 1 year for a first refusal, or if this is your second refusal, it'll be suspended for 18 months, and it's an additional misdemeanor charge. And refusing to submit to testing is admissible as evidence in a criminal proceeding. Do you understand what I've just read to you? All right.
So refusing could be used as evidence in his criminal trial of a DUI that he was intoxicated.
Well, I tell you what we're going to do. Since you don't want to answer, that's fine. We are going to go inside. We're going to sit you down in front of a breath testing instrument after the observation period, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to provide the breath sample. And if at that time you do not want to blow into the instrument, then it'll be a refusal. Okay. I just got to move to your left. All right, come on, here. We're going to go right to that door that you're looking at. Just face the window there. Hey, yep. Come on in. Get in and into your right.
We literally just texted and we're like, hey, can we come pick you up? And next thing you know.
Yeah, he got pulled over. I don't even know what for, and he got arrested for DUI. Unfortunately, the car has to be towed because he's not here to sign it off to anybody. So.
Can we take any, like, his, I don't know if he's got a suitcase in the back. Because that's one thing, like, you know, you say you're pick up over there, it literally, they'll take everything out. That's what I was kind of worried about.
I don't think he really had much in here, to be honest.
It's like, because the rental company will come pick it up after the impound.
Yeah, the only thing he's got in there is a phone charger. So,
You mind if I just grab that stuff?
to be honest, without him being here, I can't just give, you know what I mean? Like, he's not here to tell me that I can just give stuff away to people. But all the important stuff went with him. So, he's being taken to Orient Road Jail. It's over by the Hard Rock Casino. At that point, he can bond himself out, or
Yeah, dude, can he bond himself out, or can we do it for him?
he can bond himself out. I don't know if he had his stuff with him. If he had his wallet with him, he can just use his own credit card and bond himself out.
Okay, just for fun, like, how much is the bond for?
Usually $500 for DUI.
Do you happen to have the address? So I'll just drive over there now.
Do you get your phone on you?
Yes, sir.
I think it's 1201 Orient Road, but you just Google Orient Road Jail.
12, Orient?
ORIENT.
Jail?
Yep, right there.
Okay. And now, we're all from Vegas and he's from LA, so if we go down there, we pay for the bond, they just book him and then release him pretty quickly, or is it like hours?
Usually for DUI, they hold it for 8 hours. That way to make sure there's nothing in his system when he gets bumped out. There really is no point of going down there. If anything, I would call first and say, hey, is he ready to be released? He'll most likely, if he has the stuff on him, just bond himself out. That's the end of that pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate it. Sorry for the headache.
No, man, it is what it is. Give it probably a couple hours, then call and see what his status is, because it takes a minute just to get him booked in.
So Kevin was arrested on DUI, but that does not mean he is guilty. That doesn't even mean that criminal charges will be filed. But in this case, criminal charges were filed, and he does have a case for driving under the influence right now. And he actually did a whole video about this and shared his experience with DUIs and checkpoints and all kinds of stuff. And I was actually going to do a video over it and review what he had discussed, but he actually deleted the video off YouTube before I could do that. And so not able to do that, but he was arrested. It could be smart or could not be smart in refusing to submit to those things. I probably would not submit to a test in that situation. And one thing I would have done that was different than Kevin would be to tell him where my credit or wallet is so that I could bond out on my own. But again, we don't know what the situation was. He could have evidence in that, in his wallet of the DUI. So that might be a reason why he did that. So if you enjoyed this, check out this next video right here where Kevin and his attorney actually file a motion to dismiss.